morning, graduates, family, friends, and honored guests. Welcome to Convocation at the University of Waterloo. My name is Feridun Hamdalapur, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as President and Vice Chancellor of this great university. It's my privilege to welcome you all to campus for this momentous occasion to celebrate the accomplishments of our soon-to-be graduates. Before we start this exciting day of celebrations, however, it is my duty and privilege to remind everybody to reflect, acknowledge, and pay respect to the elders, past and present, of the neutral Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee peoples. We are gathered today on their traditional territory as the University of Waterloo sits on the Haldimand Tract, the land promised to the Six Nations people along the Grand River. If you will please rise now, while I invite Michael Klein to sing our national anthem.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Michael. Please be seated. Good morning again. The Chancellor of our university, Mr. Dominic Barton, is the ceremonial head of our institution, and he is also the custodian of all convocation ceremonies. Unfortunately, he could not be with us today, even though he tried as hard as he could to be here. He just wasn't able to. He asked me to convey his sincerest message of congratulations to all our graduates. He wishes you all the best. Again, he reiterates how much he wanted to be here, but he couldn't be here. So as President and Vice Chancellor of the university, I will fulfill the Chancellor's responsibilities today in addition to those of my own. Graduands, we're still calling you graduates, you're not graduates yet. There's one more step, which involves no midterms, no finals, but nevertheless has to be taken. Guests, friends, colleagues, thank you so much for being here. But if I may turn my attention to those who are sitting on this side and up there, to the families, friends, and supporters of our students, our graduates today, I wanted to thank you first for being here today on this very important day to them, and also being with them all the way, right from day one. I remember so many of you here on their first day when they started, you were with them. We found some of you actually hiding behind the trees behind our residences and refusing to go home after they moved in. You helped them all the way. You were with them through thick and thin. You even tried to do their assignments and midterms and finals for them. But they did it all on their own. Thank you so much. They are here today because you had a very important role to play. Thank you. Now to our graduating class. As I'm looking at you, I can't help just being so excited, so energized. I'm connecting your presence here to the news we received about 2 weeks ago that our university was chosen again for the 28th year in a row, the most innovative university in this country. It is not by chance or by accident that we have this honor being named as the most innovative university, because you are enabling us to be so. Those who came before you, you and those who will come after you, they all understand what this means to this institution, to our country, and to the whole world. I will get a chance to talk to you, I hope, after the end of the ceremony. But let me tell you this. We are immensely proud of your accomplishments. You came here with certain ambitions, expectations, and passion. And I hope that your university is able to meet those expectations and passion. Your here required a lot of hard work, and you were not shy from doing that hard work. But you included your imagination, your creativity, and your own brilliance to deserve to earn the University of Waterloo degree. Congratulations to you all. There are many speakers and parts at a convocation ceremony, each important their own right. Today, we will begin by conferring honorary degrees and titles on individuals who have made extraordinary contributions to the university and the community. We will then confer bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. And finally, awards will be given to recognize a graduating student who has excelled in their studies and alumni who has excelled in their fields. One thing I will try my best to do. You're wondering how long you're going to be sitting in your seats. We're going to try to do it. We're going to do our best to try to do this under 2 hours. And it requires working together. Means please remain seated and let's enjoy a convocation graduation ceremony of each and every one of our graduates. I thank you again for being here. Congratulations, graduates. I now invite Doug Pierce, professor and past dean of the Faculty of Arts, to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present Ginny DeBenko. A Waterloo graduate, Ginny DeBenko returned to the university in 2012 after a very distinguished career in the private sector to become the executive director of the Stratford campus, as it was known in its early days. DeBenko was a pivotal player in Canada's booming technology sector and was recognized by the Women's Executive Network as one of Canada's top 100 most powerful women. Her impact has also been registered closer to home, whether it's through the many local leaders she has mentored, her volunteer work, or as Dean of Wilfrid Laurier's Lazaridis School of Business and Economics. Not surprisingly, she received the 2012 Waterloo Region Barnraiser Award. As Executive Director of the Stratford campus, DeBenko's tireless advocacy, dedication to the welfare of its students, engagement with the local community, and outreach to potential partners and employers was key to its success. Ginny was an eloquent and effective champion of the school's blend of digital technology, design, and business, a timely and unique fusion whose success owes much to her leadership and vision. Mr. Vice Chancellor, In recognition of her commitment and many contributions to the success of the Stratford School of Interaction Design, I request that you bestow the title of Honorary Member of the University upon Ginny DeBenko.
I'm honored to confer upon you, Ginny DeBenko, the title of Honorary Member of the University, and I extend my sincere congratulations with a hug.
I now invite Colin McLeod, Professor, Department of Psychology, and Interim Associate Dean Research, to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, Professor Derek Besner is a cognitive psychologist known internationally for his research on attention and basic reading processes. During his illustrious career, he has published over 170 papers in top journals, plus over a dozen book chapters in highly visible outlets, becoming one of the world's foremost experts on the subject of word recognition. His work continues to be highly cited. Google Scholar shows over 10,000 citations. Few psychologists ever publish in the discipline's very top journal, Psychological Review. Professor Besner has published there a remarkable 6 times. Perhaps most impressively, he has devoted his career to graduate student supervision, supervising over 20 PhD students and setting them on research careers throughout Canada and internationally. Professor Besner has been elected Fellow of the Association for Psychological Science, the Psychonomic Society, and the Canadian Society for Brain, Behavior, and Cognitive Science. He has served on 7 editorial boards of top journals. He has had continuous grant funding with high rankings from NSERC throughout his career, as well as funding from other international agencies. Here at Waterloo, Professor Besner was recognized for his stellar scholarship with an Arts Research Award in 2017. Mr. Vice Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding accomplishments in research, teaching, and service, I request that you bestow the title Distinguished Professor Emeritus upon Derek Besner in absentia.
I'm honored to confer upon Professor Derek Besner in absentia the title of Distinguished Professor Emeritus, and we extend our sincerest congratulations to him.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present Professor Eric Woody. Professor Eric Woody is a clinical psychologist known internationally for his research on hypnosis. His career features over 80 papers in top journals, plus over 20 book chapters in highly visible outlets. He was elected Fellow of the Society for Clinical and Experimental Hypnosis in 1993 and received that society's highest honor, the Henry Guse Award, in 2011. Professor Woody served on the editorial boards of 6 top journals, including twice as an associate editor. He had continuous grant funding throughout his career, remarkably including grants from all 3 of the Tri-Council agencies. At Waterloo, Professor Woody was recognized with the Distinguished Teacher Award in 2006. He supervised 16 PhD students, setting them on research and treatment careers throughout Canada. Professor Woody twice served extended terms as the Director of Clinical Training, a demanding job in which he provided strong leadership. Most impressively, he taught the major graduate statistics course to all psychology graduate students for literally generations, and served as in-house stats guru for all that time as well, freely devoting a remarkable amount of consultation time to faculty and students alike. Mr. Vice Chancellor, In recognition of his outstanding accomplishments in research, teaching, and service, I request that you bestow the title Distinguished Professor Emeritus upon Eric Woody.
Professor Eric Woody, I'm honored to confer upon you the title of the Distinguished Professor Emeritus. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I now invite Margaret Inslee, Associate Professor, Department of Economics, to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present Stephanie and Joe Mancini. Since graduating from St. Jerome's and the University of Waterloo in the 1980s, the Mancinis have devoted their lives to the service of others. They are the founders of the Working Center, a remarkable nonprofit institution in Kitchener which exemplifies grassroots organization and community development at its very best. Their dedication and vital contributions to the community for over 35 years have been recognized with numerous awards, including the Order of Canada in 2016, and the Bene Meriti Papal Medals presented in 2014. The Working Center's activities have expanded rapidly over the years, equipping thousands in the Waterloo region with the tools and support needed to find meaningful work, be it job search resources, access to technology, and affordable housing or meals. Joe and Stephanie Mancini created the Working Center out of a strong passion for social justice. Their vision rejected bureaucratic or centralized approaches to solving social problems, favoring instead a strategy that builds connections and trust between individuals. The Mancini's initiative was to create shared spaces and activities to foster such trust and empower local communities to solve their own problems. Their philosophy embraces simple living based on the conviction that consuming more goods does not make people happy. Rather, happiness comes from meaningful activities and social connection. Stephanie and Joe Mancini are not only the visionaries behind this remarkable organization, but they continue to be the inspiration behind its development and success, taking part in every aspect of its operations, from planning and management to problem solving, negotiating, to the daily physical tasks of cooking, cleaning, building, and planting. In short, the Mancinis are the heart and soul of the Working Center. Mr. Vice Chancellor, in recognition of their outstanding record of service to the marginalized members of our community through initiatives that transform and empower all of us, I request that you bestow the title Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, upon Stephanie Mancini and Joe Mancini.
I'm honored to confer upon you, Stephanie Mancini and Joe Mancini, the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, and I extend our sincerest congratulations. Thank you very much for doing what you've been doing. or so. Let's see how we can.
I now invite Dr. Stephanie Mancini and Dr. Joe Mancini to the podium to address Convocation.
Thank you to the University of Waterloo for this beautiful thing that we've been given. Doctorate, I guess. This is very meaningful for Stephanie and I. You know, we graduated in this space, the PAC, in 1981 and 1982. But, you know, we feel like we've never left the University of Waterloo. Many of our undergraduate professors became friends and advocates over the years. This group of U of W emeritus professors have kept the University of Waterloo alive in downtown Kitchener. To us, they are like a hall of fame of U of W social science professors, and they include Ken Westhues of sociology, Jim Walker, John English, Palmer Patterson, Ken McLaughlin of history, Sally Lerner of environmental studies, Doug Letson, Father Bob Liddy, and Michael Higgins of St. Jerome's. This group continues, except for Father Bob, continues to be connected to the Working Center, and over the years, helped to ground our critical thinking about work and the environment. These friendships helped evolve our alternative model of community building in downtown Kitchener.
We're going to trade places here throughout. When we graduated, we made a radical leap. We knew how to live frugally, as you all do, and we wanted to think outside of normal work options to explore what it would mean to commit to community building. To us, this meant listening actively to the issues of our time, attempting to analyze and open to complex issues, applying ethics to the reality of poverty, and then acting from the wisdom of this reflective framework. The projects that developed sought to re-embed economic life in participatory, skill, and craft-centered social relationships designed to generate structures of solidarity, meaningful work opportunities that help people fulfill their dignity. Transition to common work is a phrase that describes this model of work integrated into community. For 37 years, we've constantly experimented with a philosophy of work that reduces bureaucracy, increases hospitality, gives priority to relationships, and seeks to locate responsibility at the point where the work is accomplished.
What has grown is an integrated community that provides housing, cafes, a free downtown meal each day, psychiatric supports, a medical clinic offering primary care, a dental clinic, soon an optometry clinic with the University of Waterloo Faculty of Optometry. Work with the Faculty of Pharmacy on an opioid support program. We walk with the homeless. We fix bikes. We sell affordable furniture and housewares. We have a greenhouse, a 2-acre market garden, over 75,000 square feet of downtown buildings bought, owned, and renovated and filled with projects and services. We train hundreds of people in formal and informal skills. We have a bustling job search resource center, computer training, computer recycling and repairs, day labor projects for garbage removal, composting and sweeping in downtown Kitchener, help with income tax at a housing desk. This is work, and it doesn't even mention the 60 units of housing. This is work that builds a village of supports. We call all these projects community tools, involving the work of over 600 people, 150 people who work at the center, 500 volunteers, many of whom are left out of the regular labor market. 1,500 people walk through the working center each day.
What we've learned at the Working Center has much to teach us about future work. It is no secret that our culture is floating into an ecological crisis. Just consider the swaths of places around the world that have experienced unprecedented hurricanes, floods, droughts, wildfires, and heat waves. If we are to live in a world of slower growth, with constraints on consumption of resources, what might our working world look like? We'd like to share some directions that flow directly out of our work that we call the ecological works of mercy.
These are very short, but to the point. Cultivate reverence. Seek harmony with all living things. How can we reduce separations from the natural world, from each other, learning to recognize our oneness with all the living world?
Share our interdependence. This means depending on others, sharing our spaces, and making room for others. Living simply, serving others, and offering work as a gift are virtues that teach us how interdependence is integral to living sustainably.
Life is for loving, not amassing possessions. The desire for more undermines sustainability. Humans have long known that happiness lies in love and virtue.
Inhabit your place. Know your community. Root yourself in a place and learn its people, culture, soils, trees, and plants. Caring for our communities makes sustainability a real possibility.
Expand community. Expanding community calls us to express our interdependence through opening our hearts. It calls us to bias cooperation over individualism.
Use tools wisely. Ivan Illich taught us how tools bring us into contact with soil, culture, shape, and order. They teach us that limits are the conditions of living. Joy and suffering teach us to walk gently on the earth.
And finally, honor the Indigenous worldview. The Indigenous worldview teaches us how to respect that everything in creation is interrelated. Each person is responsible for putting the community above themselves. We are vital when we look after each other.
Congratulations. You've worked hard to get to this day. Through your graduation, we hope you will deepen your understanding of the common good. Your graduation can help you to build forward to a full life commitment to integrate sharing and cooperation in meaningful ways. In our journey, we've learned how each person's efforts are important. What you do matters. We hope you will experience the joy, the discipline, and the meaning of committing yourself to the common good.
And again, just to end, this means, in terms of you graduates, this means opening yourself to creative concepts of inclusion, recognizing how our actions affect the earth, which sustains life, and committing to rooted and strong relationships that hold community together. Thank you very much for this honor. And it's really beautiful to be able to come back to UOW in this way.
My name's Jim Rush, and I'm the Vice President Academic and Provost of the University of Waterloo, and it gives me great pleasure to thank Stephanie and Dr. Joe Mancini for their powerful and inspirational address at today's convocation, for their ongoing work, and for the model that it sets for all of us. Thank you very much. I'd also like to welcome the Mancinis, along with Jenny DeBenko and Eric Woody, to the group of Waterloo's distinguished alumni today. Would the members of the graduating class please rise? Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present to you those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees, with all the rights, responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. Well, good morning once again, Mr. Vice Chancellor, honored guests and participants. It's a fantastic day and we're already off to a great start. Convocation is perhaps the most rewarding occasion in the life of a university. It evokes our ancient rights and privileges. It recognizes significant accomplishments, and at the same time, it stirs within us the promise of new beginnings. On behalf of the entire University of Waterloo administration team, I would like to formally thank all of those who have made today possible. Convocation literally means the action of calling together for a large assembly, a large group of people. So it's not possible without all of you. So to the graduands and to the parents and the family and the friends of our graduands, especially those of you who have traveled from afar to be here, thank you very much for making Convocation possible. To the university community for developing these scholars and delivering the outstanding event for our new alumni, thank you to all of you. And of course, at the same time, we acknowledge those who have been unable to join us today. We individually feel their presence in our own ways on this special occasion. If you'll permit me, I'd like to now ask all of the graduands to remain seated as I invite all of the parents, family, friends, and event coordinators to please rise as you are able. I want to give you the opportunity to look around and find your special person. No doubt you're going to want to know where each other are as Convocation unrolls. You'll probably wave and maybe even yell at each other while that's happening, and you might as well know where you are. Graduates, would you please join me in thanking all of those who have made your Convocation so special today? Thank you very much. Please be seated. As we prepare to confer the degrees, I have a few technical notes. For guests wishing to take photos of their graduates, there is a photography area located to the left of the stage, right over here. You can access that by exiting the doors on the west side of the gym at the back and coming down the hallway to that area. And if you approach that area just before your special graduate crosses the stage, you'll be in a great position to get a really good photograph. Once you've taken the photo, please return to your seat to allow others to fill in your spot and get a photo of their special graduate. And graduates, as the Vice Chancellor already asked of you, please return to your seats after crossing the stage and receiving your degree so that we may all celebrate the Convocation together. Now we're on to the main event, the conferring of degrees. And to that end, I would like to invite Christina Vannon, Acting Dean, St. Jerome's University, to announce the graduates' names.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts, St. Jerome's University, General Program, 3-year. Kaylee Guthrie. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts, St. Jerome's University, General Program, 4-year. Stephanie Ha. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts, St. Jerome's University Honors Program. Laura Lynn Arnold, Noor Amin, Tanisha Anihotri. Neela Begum, Aaron Reese Dalve Bowen, Jasmine Yunying Chan. Michael Brandon Cho, Jessica Nicole Dan, Jane Yvonne Alford. Amara Brianne Honorary, Chelsea Nicole Hallahan, Rachel Isabel Grabasande. Eric Peter Miller, Latasha Odessa Nelson, Umika Nelson. Manur Raza, Quinn Matthew Thaxter Smith. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. I now invite Kofi Campbell, Academic Dean, Renison University College, to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts, Renison University College, General Program, 3-year. Christine Elizabeth Duthie, Jordine Hay, Alicia Rabina Khan. Amy Nadine Meyer. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts, Renison University College, General Program, 4-year. Leah Monique Escanio Claren. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts, Renison University College Honors Program. Iman Abaro, Sarah Ali, Rehanna Badshaw. Alexandra Lynn Brown, Brittany Suzanne Burton, Eunice Castilla Aldana. Rachel Ann Curtis, Rochelle Renee Douglas, Vanessa Dragusha. Crystal Brooke Hewick, Samara Hussein, Vinny Nyang. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. I now invite Andrea Daly, Dr. Andrea Daly, Director, School of Social Work, Renison University College, to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Social Work, Renison University College, Honors Program. Loretta Adamo Carey. Rachel Nana Afriye Akimfor. Jessica Agnew. Rija Beg. Julia Beers. Danica Rhiannon Blackstock. Caitlin Danielle Bosveld, Natasha Emery Carigny, Cassidy Jennifer Carvel. Sarah Grace Crittenden, Stephanie Bridget D'Amato, Camara Sue DeYoung. Christian Rebecca DeBell, Jakara Droog, Lindsay Joy Fagan. Raquel Ann Fowler, Laura Julie Fruitman, Christopher William Patrick Henderson. Emily Jane Jenkins, Yon Ching Audrey Cow, Jennifer Ann Lee. Ankita Mather, Sarah Rose McCarl, Jessica Leanne McKnight. Laura Meza Molina, Julia Millington, Alisa Ozaruk. Amber Queenville, Elizabeth Mary Rankin, Alana Rizos. Christy Sawatsky, Erica Talmadge, Leanne Margaret Thompson. Jordana Very. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. I now invite Sheila Egger, Dean, and Martin Cook, Associate Dean, undergraduate students to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Accounting and Financial Management, University Honors Program. Maha Ali Khan, Elise Maureen Silcher, thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts, University General Program, 3-year. Meseret Getahun Abebe, Amanda Adams, Orkan Bamrali, Scarlett Baker, Blake Binyaris, Haley Ann Klin. Yulitza Coromoto Cuevas Rumbos, Viola Freneslian, Leslie George, Alexandra Sydney Hanrath, Kia Huang, Lydia Loto, Matthew Man Hu Liu, Stephanie Nicole Mashaline, Megan Katrina Mattes, Maria Alejandra Posada Arcia, Rebecca Marie Scholl, Mohammed Tahir Siddiq, Johnny Tao, Gloria Nassim Zibai. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts, University General Program, 4-year. Anita Karyan Chu, Alistair Royston D'Souza, Taslimul Hook, David Ivanovic, Nisha Joshi, Wasif Kazi, Jaskaran Catro, Chelsea Jessica Main, Sarah Nuristani, Obina Victory Ofabina, Angela Park, Kyati Patel, Sabarisan Pavananthan, Bilal Shah, Faizan Shafin Sharif, Jiani Sun, Song Hao Wei, Kristen Ye. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts, University Honors Program. Sahir Adesha, Syed Saad Asad Ahmed, Andalib Akbari. Sarah Akbarzada Zaraya Kohan, Garni Anahid Asadurian, Araf Azam. Lillian Chan Ban, Rhonda Lynn Bellos, Tirth Bat. Amanjot Kaur Binder, Samuel Bluestein, Riley Brennan. Jordan Mark Brookman, Shane Thomas Calderwood, Selena Tsipu Cheung. Lily Chu, On Hang Celine Chui, Kennedy Venus Eleanor Cole. Tori Dickey, Dawn Marie Eveland, Ruth Farkas. Giuseppe William Famia, Sarah Danielle Fontes, Thomas Johanna Fuller. Yilin Gao, Arjan Giri, Tefsi Solomon Gola. Louis Stephen Grise, Connor Hammond, Stella Ho. Narita Bao Vai Huang, Savannah Selma Ip, Jonathan Paul Jackson. Sehao Ji, Sauki Jiang, Nikta Jahari. Daniel W. Kearney, Ju Hyun Kim, En Jung Ko. Andrew Robert Lanktree, Seung Yeon Lee, Cassandra Marie Lewis. Shengdi Li, Rui Wen Lip, Chen Liu. Jin Yu Liu, Jane Lohr, Alana McIntyre. Abina Mahaswaran, Sarah Majid, Joshua Chun Sun Mak. Sharan Kamal Singh Mandur, Bridget Kathleen McCracken, Gul Meena. Jordan Mehravar, Anazilda Gonçalves Mendonça, Lucas Merrick. Veronica Esther Mikolajewski, Matthias Michael Moyes, Jackie Lynn Mount Stephen. Sasmita Nataraja, Sayeda Shenur Nasir, Jamila Rabaya Naveed. Rosemary Constantina Nera, Christopher Anthony Paleshi, Jaisal Patel. Dinota Patkunarata, Diane Janki Persad, Jenna Philbrick. Marcia Quaid Johar, Saudia Rahamat, Rebecca Suzanne Helena Reed. Mingyan Ren, Aisha Brianne Richards, Jessica Susan Russell. Amna Sarfaraz, Erwin Gabriel Sanjay Saunders, Jaskiran Kaur Sekon. Mila Sevo, Anum Amjad Shaikh, Harrison Samuel Schillinger. Amrit Shrestha, Benjamin Jose Skinner, Benjamin Thomas Southern. Brett Stein, Matthew Nathan Culp Steinman, Gabriella Jane Tangney. Emily Treacle, Nissa Elspeth Tilford, Colin Sidford Gorsling Tatham. Si Ann Tzu, Chloe Wang, Alana Bernadette Wilson. Torin Peter Young, Rui Min Min Zheng, Melody Huizi Zheng. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this degree is being awarded posthumously. Ananta Tandon received a Bachelor of Arts, Honours Speech Communication, and Honours Arts in Business, Fine Arts Studio Minor awarded with distinction, and a certificate in global experience. This degree is being accepted by Ananta's mother, Nidhi Tandon, father, Sanjeev Tandon, and brother, Kanav Tandon. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computing and Financial Management, Honours Cooperative Program. Joshua Curry, Thomas James Dean, Robert William Doswell. Kian Lau, Ruo Yuan Liao, Alexander Wu. Wei Juan Zhu. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Global Business and Digital Arts Honours Program. Harkaran Bariana, Jeffrey Giali Sen, Isra El Kork. Yin Nan Khan, Sonia Katanich, Albert Lee. Jasmine Mandawe, Rhiannon Bethany Melvin, Kelsey Sarah Ramsir. Daniel Gerard Recchia, Andrea Villegas Mayorga, Jacob Jack Woodnicki. Natalia Zukniak. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. I now invite Sally Guns, Professor, School of Accounting and Finance, to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Masters of Accounting. Raza Saeed Abbas, Shiva Agarwal, Shahiria Ahsan, Pavit Singh Aurora, Karina Marie Avaria, Jonathan Basil. Michelle Beliavsky, Jaskirin Kaur Bhatia, Assis Kaur Bulla. Ashna Kaur Mirage Binning, Eric Henry Nielsen Bohm, Janice Hilja Bosma. Christina Ka-Wei Chan, Tiffany Huyan Chan, Si Jun Chen. Si Cheng, Shraddha Cherukuri, Elvin Chow. Matthew Allen Camino, Annette Nadia Drabowski, Pahi Rini Davi. Hansini Iranga de Silva, Ting Deng, Melita de Souza. Chien Guy, Andrew Michael Giles, then Rafael Velade Go. Tiffany Amber Harriet, Jamil Hirani, Venus Chike Ho. Irene Huang, Jenny Huang, Stephen Hong. Harit Singh Hora, Christopher Lee Huang, Annie Xiao Ching Huang. Athira Jayakaran, Yuchen Jiang, Tina Chin. Sophie Jiwan, Samantha Khan, Athithan Karunakaran. Sampada Kaushan, Saad Kamani, Benjamin Peter Carpasa. Sophie Karot, Esther Ka-Ming Kwong, Frederick Lam. Jasper Kin Shun Lam, Shannon Yushan Lan, Christian Irvin Lau. Bonnie Sum Yi Lee, Jasmine Yi Lam Lee, Nelson Chun Shing Lee. Nicholas Alexander Lee, Nicholas Zhenyao Lee, Sebastian Andrew Lee. Sylvia Lee, Elodie Lee, Jennifer Lee. Michelle Chiu-Cheng Lee, Ming-John Lee, Qianjia Lee. Jiang Li, Anna Lin, Bo Jiang Lin. Kyung Lin, Ji Yi Liu, Michelle Lu. Linda Lee Ma, Manjampreet Kaur Man, Philip Elliott Mann. Noah Ralph Matsui, Alim Mita, Megan Alice Rita Moser. Hannah Elizabeth Makalagia, Kartik Nagarajan, Simran Nat. Karen Ngo, Claudia Nika, Alawatoyan Abholaranwa Olapadi. Ramandeep Singh Pabla, Harsh Sanjay Kumar Pandya, Vikas Patel. Andres Perez Valerino, Emily Ann Piazza, Rhea Simona Pinto. Amanda Davy Pokoy, Arunrud Puri, Ji Chin. Michelle Juan, Brian Rajadurai, Arabi Ranjendram. Shobith Raju, Navneet Kaur Rangi, Austin Isaiah Roth. Christopher John Rolls, Rabani Sone, Jonathan Pelat Siha. Oma Shabir, Nishi Shah, Alexandra Yasmin Yue Shah. Suyu Shi, Ta Shi, Su Fu Sin. Sajini Sivanisan, Victoria Kaki So, Lexina Sribaskaran. Danlin Su, Ram Subia, Jacqueline Audrey Sue. Kayin Sun, Hera Wingyin Tai, Atisan Filikaswaran. Rakshma Thiramuruka, Raminda Singh Upal, Carol Marie Valerio Pena. Aman Wadhwa, Christopher Matthew Wong, Dennison Jichang Wu. Mia Yang. Mia Yang is also the recipient of the Accounting Alumni Award for Excellence in Accounting. Yi Qian Wendy Wu, Man Yi, Kai Nam Yu. Ruo Yin Yuan, Fatima Sahid, Linda Zhang. Xiao Zhang, Xiuchun Zhang, Yaowen Zhang. Andy Wu Zheng, Siqi Zheng. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. I now invite Colin MacLeod, Interim Associate Dean, Research, to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Arts. Corin Abdel Sayed, Jonathan Victor Baltrusidis, Megan Hamilton Edwards. Priscilla Catherine Forge, Brian Grant Freiter, Nicole Simone Javot. Oliver Marshall Goodison Powell, Carla Monica Haddad, Cora Lynn Victoria Hodgson. Amy Geraldine Hines, Sumer Jaffrey, Eric Johannes Jansen. Emerson Lacroix, Andrew Lawson, Kaylee Marie Marner. Ashley McNabb, Rabab Mean, Miriam Mirror. Shirley Ong, Victoria Pekaraskaya, Sabrina Alicia Scandura. Alyssa Catherine Smith, Elizabeth Spanger, Sigmund Jacob Michael Stefan. Sarah Louise Stewart, Emily Elizabeth Stonehouse, Carolina Shimchik, Nadine Eunice Tibe, Rebecca Claire Trossman. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Digital Experience Innovation. Fatima Ahmed, Nassim Al-Nahari, Rebecca Graper. Shuyin Guan, Joel Guerin, Sri Vidya Kumbhakara. Thu Quinn Ngoyen, Michelle Loksam Poon, Moyo Popo. Lucas Alexander Ridgen, Zamar Salim, Nancelin Salvanayagam. Alexandra Strombu. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Public Service. Julia Lamuti. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. I now invite Sally Gunz, Professor, School of Accounting and Finance, back to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Taxation. Kit C. Lee, Ian Michael Thomas. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. I now invite Colin MacLeod, Interim Associate Dean, Research, back to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Theological Studies, Conrad Grebel University College. Sienna Lynn Sheffield. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. We will now confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy, the highest academic degree awarded by universities. Attaining a PhD is no easy task. It involves years of hard work, attainment of subject matter expertise, and a contribution to the sum of human knowledge in a subject area through original research. It is an honor to call upon the following graduates to receive the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Teresa Yolanda Branch Smith, who is also the recipient of the Certificate in University Teaching. Skylar Brooks. Sorry. Yeah. Julian Dufresne, also the recipient of their Certificate in University Language Teaching. Samantha Gualtieri. Carly Luciana LaRue. Patricia Affili. Madison Lee Pasowski. Jennifer Rose Redler. Andrei Anatolovich Struck. Matthew O. Wilmot. Christopher Wong. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I now request you to confer in absentia the various and several degrees upon those candidates who were approved by Senate but were unable to be present at today's convocation.
I confer these degrees in absentia.
I now invite Aldo Caputo, Director, Center for Extended Learning, to the podium.
The James D. Leslie Prize is awarded annually to a graduating student who has achieved a first-class standing and has earned at least half of their undergraduate degree credits through online courses at the University of Waterloo. The prize consists of a certificate and a $1,000 cash award. The prize is named in the honor of Dr. James D. Leslie, Professor of Physics, who began the original correspondence program at Waterloo in 1968. Now, over 50 years later, online programs provide rich, flexible learning opportunities both within and beyond our campus. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this year's J.D. Leslie Prize recipient is Agata Nowak of Mississauga, Ontario. Aga's journey truly demonstrates a passion and a commitment to lifelong learning. When Agata left her native Poland to move to Canada at the age of 20, she had to give up her dream of getting a degree. In 2010, newly pregnant and working full-time, she decided to once again pursue that dream. Determined to be a better role model for her child and give them the best life that she could. She found the opportunity at the University of Waterloo, in her words, the most prestigious university that offered entirely online degrees, and began her part-time studies, studying mostly at night after the rest of the family had gone to bed. Along the way, she also managed to find time for gardening, weightlifting, half marathons, and becoming a Canadian citizen. Despite the language, economic, and cultural barriers she faced as a new immigrant, she was determined not only to succeed, but to excel, and she did, completing her honors Bachelor of Arts degree in English Literature and graduating in winter 2019 on the Dean's Honor List with a 90.35 average. Agata thanks those who were instrumental in her academic success, in particular Professors Jay Dolmage, Victoria Lamont, and Jennifer Harris for their support and guidance, and whose connection as advisors and instructors transcended what she thought possible online. Aga, we are proud to be part of your journey. We extend our congratulations on this outstanding achievement, and we have no doubt you will be successful in whatever you set your sights on next. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I invite Aga to come forward to receive the James D. Leslie Prize. I now invite Heather Henderson, Professor and Chair, Department of Psychology, to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present Mark Hall. The Arts Young Alumni Award recognizes alumni who have made outstanding contributions in their professional field, in the community, and in public service within 10 years of graduation. Mark Hall received a BA in psychology in 2009. He then earned his Master of Science degree in cognitive neuroscience at University College London in the United Kingdom. Mark was awarded distinction for his master degree and his thesis, which investigated how active and purposeful memory suppression can influence spatial construction. Mark now works as a research associate for the University of Calgary's Nursing Research Office. He mentors, trains, and assists faculty, students, and staff on research related to project coordination, data collection, ethics, and analysis. He is a published author in multiple publications and was awarded the 2017 Faculty of Nursing Above and Beyond Award and the 2017 Outstanding Team Award. Mark has made significant contributions as an activist and storyteller for the LGBTQ+ rights. In 2002, he won a court injunction against his high school board in Oshawa for a right to take his boyfriend to prom. Since then, a documentary in 2002, a movie in 2004, and recently a musical titled The Louder We Get have been made about Mark's story. Mark is a trailblazer, an advocate for the LGBT community, and uses the power of his voice to connect with high school students and university students through motivational speaking engagements. These are just a few examples of Mark Hall's tremendous achievements and contributions that make him an exemplary young alumnus. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I invite Mark Hall to come forward to receive the Arts Young Alumni Award. I now invite Martin Cook, Associate Dean, Undergraduate Students, Faculty of Arts, to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present Diane Carmichael. The Arts Alumni Achievement Award recognizes alumni who have made outstanding contributions in their professional field, in the community, and in public service. Diane Carmichael received her BA in Liberal Studies in 2006. Throughout Diane's career, she has dedicated herself to patient advocacy and ensuring that the highest level of healthcare is being offered in Canada and globally. Today, she is the CEO of Carmichael Worldwide Incorporated, where she works with health technology companies globally to bring high-impact innovation to scale. Previously, Diane was president of Payer Markets and head of corporate strategy and business development for McKesson Canada. She was also the founder and president of UHN Solutions at UHN and served as managing director of Mars Health and Innovation, where she helped health tech companies expand globally. Diane is the chief advisor for the health tech division for the Council of Canadian Innovators, where she brings the voices of Canadian tech CEOs to government and policymakers. Over the last 10 years, she's served on numerous healthcare boards, including Holland Bloorview, Patients Canada, and Canadian Association of People-Centered Health. In recognition of Diane's significant contributions to the healthcare system and her demonstrated experience of building and growing businesses, she was credited as one of Canada's most powerful women by WXN and named one of Canada's top 20 businesswomen, among other awards. Diane Carmichael is an exemplary Waterloo alumnus and ambassador and well-deserving of the 2019 Arts Alumni Achievement Award. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I invite Diane Carmichael to come forward to receive the Arts Alumni Achievement Award. I now invite Feridun Hamdalapur, President and Vice Chancellor, to the podium to address Convocation.
I have to say good afternoon now. I recognize that we were not able to keep our promise all that well. We all 3 minutes, we passed our 2 hours. But what can we do? We are the victim of our own success. When you have so many fabulous students and so many fabulous awardees, I think it's worth it. So let's all together give a big hand to the brand new graduating class. First, I want to thank you for staying here and enjoying the entire ceremony. Thank you so much. Secondly, if I may have a few short minutes with our graduating class here, because this is my last opportunity to have them here all together before they just go out in the world and do some amazing things. But when they started here a few years back, I had the opportunity again to welcome them to the university, and we had a conversation. Some of you may recall, I asked you to make me a promise that you will meet me here at your convocation. I thank you so much for keeping your promise. You're here. Yes. It took a lot of hard work. Many people touched on it. You wouldn't be here without a lot of hard work, late nights, late days. But it took a lot more than that. It took your brilliance. It took your perseverance. It took your imagination. It took your creativity and your passion. You're here. I also told you that with your brilliance, with your academic accomplishments, you could have gone to any university you wanted in the world. You chose to come here to the University of Waterloo for a reason. It wasn't just to get a degree, but the degree you got today carries tremendous weight. But at the same time, you wanted more than that, I know. We talked about it. Just like the Mancinis, the leadership they have established, you wanted to see yourself in a leadership position. You wanted to do things that others hadn't dared to do, even think about it. And if you wondered what we talked about as they were crossing this stage, these are the things we heard from our very proud graduates, that they're embarking upon things that we wouldn't even think about. And they have the courage, perseverance, and competence to say that I don't need to wait for somebody else to do this. I'm going to do this. I met some heroes here. I met some mothers who raised a family of 3, 4, and then went through their studies. we couldn't be more proud. At the same time, we realize that this is a world that is fastly evolving. It's so many changes are taking place that we could not have even imagined. Some of them are so exciting. Some of them are concerning, whether our climate is going to be a major factor as to how we live, how we work, whether we're going to have enough food, whether this world will be a peaceful world, but at the same time, there are tremendous excitements, whether it's from the technological side or from human development. As I look into the future, I am not pessimistic at all. I'm excited. The reason is sitting right in front of us. Our University of Waterloo graduates will go out into the world and will make a huge difference. I know you will. We will continue building our wonderful institution on your shoulders, as we have on the shoulders of more than 200,000 alumni who came before you, and we're going to keep growing this. I thank you for spending the last few years of your time. For some of our PhDs, probably a little bit longer than that, but it was a wonderful experience. It was a fabulous reward for all of us. You had a lot of help from this side, from your professors, from my colleagues sitting behind me, and they were as passionate as your studies as you were yourself. I'm going to leave you with a brief thought. Before I did this, however, I also wanted to acknowledge that our chair of our Board of Governors, Cindy Forbes, has also joined us today. Thank you, Cindy, for being with us today. It means a lot that the Board of Governors is also here taking part in your celebration. I want to talk about a book that I read 3 times. I had to read it the first time because it was an assignment. I had no choice. It was by Victor Hugo. I read it later on because I thought about it. I said I should enjoy reading it this time as opposed to just do my assignment. I read it the second time. And much later in life, I decided that I wanted to find it and read it again. And that time, I saw things in it that I hadn't seen before. Simply put, it's been one of my guiding beacons in life. It says, you can change your opinions, but keep your principles. Trees can change leaves, but keep your roots. You will be doing so many different things in life that you hadn't even planned yet, but keep your roots that have started here at the University of Waterloo. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please rise, and I declare the convocation adjourned.